Yes, guys. Yes, I understand it's been a while, but this is Dark Avengers issue 1. Let's go, baby. I'm so excited to go and deep dive in this whole arc of Marvel. If you guys don't know what's happening here, this is after the Civil War, and this is after the Skrull invasion. What happens here is that the humans on Earth do not trust the Avengers, they don't trust the X-Men, they don't trust S.H.I.E.L.D. even, and Norman Osborn pretty much rises up the ranks of a political figure and as a leader of the free world. So Norman owns the Avengers, he owns S.H.I.E.L.D., he owns everything. This is the Dark Avengers. We got Captain Marvel, Sentry, Ms. Marvel, Iron Patriot, Ares, Wolverine, Hawkeye, and Spider-Man, but that's not actually Peter, Logan, etc. This chick named Victoria Hand, right, pretty much worked for the S.H.I.E.L.D. and knows every single operative from Tony Stark Industries to the Avengers to S.H.I.E.L.D., all that stuff. Norman tells her, like, if you want to work for me, you're going to be working 24/7 and you need to legit find everyone. Make sure everyone's accounted for because I run this shit now. Victoria Hand asks Norman, what about Maria Hill? Because she was the leader of the S.H.I.E.L.D. when Nick Fury did. We go 7 days ago, right, when Norman Osborn is on the Thunderbolts Mountain because he was running the Thunderbolts program during the Civil War. Norman tells Maria Hill, listen, I own S.H.I.E.L.D. now. We won't be needing you. Bye-bye. Maria Hill tells Norman, listen, everybody fails, and when that happens, I'll be laughing my ass off. Right after that meeting, right, Norman wants to make his own Avengers team for the free world. So he recruits Bullseye as Hawkeye. 2 days go by, right? Now it's 5 days ago from when Victoria Hand talked to Norman. Ms. Marvel, which is Carol, this is before she became Captain Marvel, goes to Avengers Tower or Sentry's Tower that's right on top to talk to Norman, or she thinks it's Tony. She's like, I report to Tony Stark. Tony's no longer here. This is Tony's house. Actually, funny story, it's not. He's like, practically since I own S.H.I.E.L.D. and Tony gave his assets to S.H.I.E.L.D., technically I own Tony Stark Industries and Avengers Tower. We already see Ares and Bob or Robert or Sentry being recruited to this new Avengers team. Carol doesn't believe it. She's like, no one in the damn mind will ever work for you. She's like, what? Bob, what's going on? Practically, since Carol is part of the military program in the United States, Norman's like, I give you two options. You either go to prison or you work for me. Your choice. Carol's like, no, I want to do this. Goes out, just says, leaves his place. And Sentry asks Norman, should I follow her? Norman's like, nah, don't. She'll come around. The next day rolls around, right? We see Moonstone pretty much meditating on Thunderbolts Mountain. Norman shows up and throws the Ms. Marvel suit. And he's like, you're Ms. Marvel now, Moonstone. She's like, I want to be Moonstone. And Norman's like, listen, you can sit here and meditate, or you get to be an Avenger on the biggest New York skyscraper being like a princess. She's like, well, I'm Ms. Marvel now. Now we see what's left of the Skrulls on Earth, and this one can shapeshift, right? And all these prisoners, I think this is where the Hammer's at, the Hammer Foundation. They throw this Skrull into this prison. Venom or Matt Gargan's like, turn into Spider-Man or you'll die. Yeah, because he ate him. Venom ate this Skrull. Norman tells Venom, listen, take this cartridge. If you take it, it'll benefit you, and I want you to join the Avengers. And Matt didn't believe it, but he's decided, you know what, I'm gonna take this. He turns into this, where he's almost like Peter with the black suit, and he's like, whoa, what the hell? And we get a Secret Wars issue 8 homage. The next day, Norman goes to Vegas, I believe this is where it's at, with Ares and this chick right here we saw earlier. That's Victoria Hand, sorry about that. But Norman pretty much recruits Daken, Wolverine's son, to be the new Wolverine. I don't know much about this character, but he's a multiverse-ill character that Norman recruits to be Captain Marvel. They go back to Stark Tower, and Norman and Victoria Hand are talking how about they're missing something. Something's going on. While seeing all of the Avengers put up on a screen, which looks pretty cool. I love this art, by the way. But Ares is like, the Avengers are not just a team. They're also a symbol of America. So we see Norman grab this guy named Ghost, who doesn't like Tony Stark, doesn't like capitalism, all that stuff. Pretty much greed. He uses Ghost's powers to unlock Tony Stark's armor, and that's when we get the Dark Avengers with Norman Osborn with the Iron Patriot suit. This is cool as hell. Let me know if you guys enjoy this. I'm going to be doing the whole series on my playlist, so I hope you guys enjoy it.